But the two green demon emissaries behind him had no such profound treasures. In that instant when the cold surged forward, their faces changed drastically. They staggered back several steps, their bodies instantly encased in ice, even their eyebrows freezing over in a flash. Their faces turned pale as they retreated, growling low while forcing their cultivation to resist, barely holding on. And this was when the Yin Blade was still without a master. If Wang Lin had released his essence spirit, leaving his will upon the blade, then with his cultivation boosted through the soul armor, once this blade was unleashed, it would shake the heavens and make even spirits weep. With a single strike, it could summon forth the souls of suppression from 29 continents contained within, creating a vision so vast it devoured the sky and earth. Against such a force, those two green demon emissaries would stand no chance of resistance. Even cultivators at the late void tribulation stage would find themselves evenly matched against this blade, unable to gain the upper hand. Such a Yin Blade could only belong to Lord Green Demon. The old man in the green robe had a strangely flushed complexion hidden beneath his robes. His eyes gleamed with wild excitement as he watched the Yin Blade withdraw from the blood and flesh of Wang Lin's right hand, vanishing completely into his palm without a trace. He burst into loud laughter. But midway through his laughter, the old man broke into violent coughs, blood spilling from the corner of his mouth. His age had already caught up with him. His life force was nearly exhausted. With the ninth origin added within, the body gains resilience. The eyes gain suppression, a strand of ancestral immortal hair as a meridian, and in the right hand bone rests a blade of extreme Yin. This fleshly body is nearing perfection. Yet his primordial origin avatar numbers only 3. What he lacks is the water origin body. For this, I shall use the preparation of my clan spanning tens of thousands of years to condense the 4th origin true body for him. Muttering, the old man swept his wide sleeve with his left hand, and the treasures floating around him erupted in dazzling brilliance. See Soul Mother of Immortals. His voice echoed as a mass of ghostly light appeared, flickering with extreme purity of water origin power. Though the form within could not be seen clearly, its origin aura was overwhelming, sending ripples of water shimmering through the surrounding green space. This was an item his clan had once waged war to seize, all for the moment of Lord Green Demon's resurrection, to heal the Green Demon Scorpion. Yet now, without the slightest hesitation, the old man offered it to perfect Wang Lin's body. Phantom Dream Water. With a wave of his left hand, another treasure flew forth, rushing straight toward Wang Lin. It was a black porcelain vial, containing only a single drop of liquid. This priceless item was formed from centuries of collecting mortal dreams. Cultivated over countless years, the essence of those dreams had condensed into a single drop of water. Though born of illusion, it carried within it the pinnacle of water origin power. Tao heart-melting liquid, blood of the water immortal, source of heaven and earth waters. With each low roar from the green-robed elder, the items floating around him shot toward Wang Lin. Upon nearing his body, they all exploded with a thunderous roar, merging into him. The power of water fused into his congealed blood, spreading madly, flooding his body with water origin. In that moment, Wang Lin felt his water origin surge as never before. Only once, within the illusory Donglin pool at the core of an abode realm, had he felt something faintly similar. Now, his water origin surged forward in leaps and bounds, carrying him toward the formation of the water origin avatar. Each of these treasures was unimaginably rare. If Wang Lin had tried to obtain them himself, it would take at least 1,000 years, and some could no longer even be found in this world. Yet here and now, by the workings of fate and time, they appeared before him, fusing into his body. The outline of his water origin avatar took shape within him, growing clearer and more solid. Though still shy of a complete true body, the green-robed elder's confidence meant he had no doubt. He bit down sharply on his tongue, spraying a mouthful of blood. His hidden body beneath the robe trembled as the blood dispersed into a crimson mist, covering Wang Lin's body. Within this blood resided the inherited power of his clan. But he did not stop there. Gritting his teeth, he spat out a second mouthful of blood, sacrificing yet another 8 years of his lifespan. Those two offerings of blood, infused with the power of his clan's legacy and the imprint of his very life, merged into Wang Lin. His body jolted violently as his water origin condensed madly. The blood in his veins roared to life, surging through him with unstoppable force. Time slipped by, and in the blink of an eye, months had passed. On this day, after several months of silence, a heaven-shaking surge of water essence erupted from within Wang Lin's body. This raging essence condensed madly, and within his body appeared a fourth true body. This was the water origin avatar. At that moment, this avatar lay dormant, without a single trace of will infused within it. Yet with just a single thought from Wang Lin, he could control it, wielding the might of heaven and earth itself. But he waited. This was a contest of patience and time itself. Wang Lin had already claimed part of the victory, but if he wanted to win it all, he had to continue waiting, unmoved by any temptation, enduring until the very end. Around the green-robed elder, the countless rare items that his clan had prepared for countless years had already been used on Wang Lin, most of them consumed. Only 4 or 5 remained, floating gently in the air, glowing with a soft light. Yet the face hidden within the folds of that green robe twisted with a savage, almost manic excitement. It was as if he had forgotten that his remaining lifespan was less than 15 years, forgotten the price he had paid, forgotten his exhaustion. Now, a single thought consumed him: to witness with his own eyes the descent of Lord Green Demon, to see the Green Fiend Scorpion resurrected. This body is already perfect. Lord Green Demon will surely approve. Next, I must warm and refine it, prepare it for Lord Green Demon's soul seizing. I will reshape it completely, transform it into a scorpion form perfectly suited for Lord Green Demon. With a sweep of his left sleeve, all the remaining items floating in the air shot toward Wang Lin. They detonated with a thunderous boom, turning into fine powder, enveloping him completely. Suddenly, the green space trembled violently. Countless scorpions shrieked in unison as their bodies disintegrated, scattering into streams of green light that shot straight toward Wang Lin. As the green glow spread, the very space itself contracted sharply, collapsing inward around him, until, outside Wang Lin's body, it solidified into a colossal green alchemical furnace. The furnace stretched nearly 1,000 feet high, like a heaven and earth crucible, entirely green, brimming with the aura of the green scorpions. It also contained the Elder's remaining rare treasures, all fused together, forming the Green Demon Furnace, the vessel that would remake Wang Lin's body. Green Demon emissaries, use your cultivation as flame. Fire this furnace for me, the green-robed elder croaked, his hoarse voice thick with excitement. At his side, the 2 green demon emissaries stepped forward without hesitation, sitting cross-legged beside the furnace. Forming hand seals, their essence spirits rose from their crowns, spewing vast torrents of spirit chi toward the green demon furnace, igniting it with a roaring flame. The moment the green demon furnace enveloped Wang Lin, his body shuddered violently. Sharp cracking sounds spread outward, echoing in every direction. Wisps of green vapor seeped from every corner of the furnace, burrowing into Wang Lin's body. Each wisp carried with it a pure, concentrated world energy. This was neither the aura of the Gu clan nor the breath of the Immortal clan. It was a unique power of heaven and earth itself. This power belonged to the Green Fiend Scorpion, yet at the same time, it now belonged to Wang Lin. Wave after wave of endless world energy surged madly into Wang Lin, depositing itself within his body, layering, building, expanding. His flesh and blood became like a bottomless abyss, devouring every trace of this power. Within him, his essence spirit, protected by the heaven-defying treasure, observed the swelling energy with a flash of fierce excitement. But he forcibly suppressed the urge to absorb it. At any moment, with but a single thought, he could merge with his physical body and devour the world energy, igniting a meteoric rise in cultivation. But he waited. He wanted more. He needed more to merge with his body first. He had waited for more than a century for this single opportunity. If his essence spirit emerged too early, and the outside world detected it, this once-in-a-lifetime fortune would diminish drastically. As time flowed, more and more world energy fused into his flesh. In the end, it filled nearly every inch of his body, but Wang Lin still waited. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. In the blink of an eye, 10 years had passed. During those 10 years, the green-robed elder sat cross-legged outside the green demon furnace, eyes bloodshot, staring unblinking at the crucible. He had poured his entire life into this. His lifespan was nearly gone, his body frail and weak. But he endured, holding on to see with his own eyes the instant the green demon would rise again. Even now, outside the scorpion structure, in the mists where no living being had appeared for over a century, 3 streaks of rainbow light cautiously approached. Within those streaks were 3 people Wang Lin knew well, the remaining 3 wielders of the heavenly ox soul armor. The Unity sect master's plan, for reasons unknown, had been delayed for over 100 years, and only now was it moving forward once again. Several days later, the essence spirit of one of the green demon emissaries let out its final breath of spirit chi before dissolving completely. His body lost all luster, collapsed to the side, and lay there lifeless. Less than half an incense stick of time after his death, the other green demon emissary's essence spirit also dimmed, gradually dissipating into nothingness. The deaths of these 2 green demon emissaries, who had followed the green-robed elder for many years, did not draw the slightest glance from him. At this moment, his body exuded the stench of decay. He was already half dead, sustained only by sheer willpower. Without it, he would long since have returned to the void. His bloodshot eyes blazed, 10 years of mounting excitement and anticipation now reaching their peak. With his frail body shifting from a cross-legged posture into kneeling, the aged face hidden beneath the green robe was alight with fervor as he lifted his head and shouted hoarsely. By the authority of my clan's generations of green demon sacrifices, I beseech Lord Green Demon to awaken and descend. This old servant offers his body for Lord Green Demon to seize and be reborn. As he spoke, an ancient incantation rumbled from his lips. Though indistinct, the chant spread outward, covering the surroundings in a resonant, oppressive hum. Gradually, the entire scorpion structure trembled violently. Dust rose in clouds as an immense soul aura seemed to awaken from within the building, spreading outward in waves. The green-robed elder, overcome with ecstasy, raised his head toward the sky. The scorpion structure shook unceasingly as 9 streams of green vapor howled in from the 9 directions. Above the green demon furnace, those 9 currents merged, coalescing into a colossal phantom. It was a scorpion, green, scarred, and towering thousands of feet high. Its aura was weak, yet the oppressive might it released was indescribable, spreading with such force that the entire green devil continent shuddered in response. This phantom was a fragment of the green fiend scorpion's suppressed soul. His true soul could not escape its bindings, so what manifested here was only a split soul. Yet with a body to seize, he could eventually devise a way to reclaim his suppressed true soul and truly achieve resurrection. The gigantic scorpion soul slowly opened eyes that had been sealed for countless millennia. A ruthless, pitiless light shone within them, carrying an undeniable majesty as its gaze swept across the world below. It was you who summoned me. A voice as cold as death reverberated through heaven and earth, like a law unto itself, shaking the world upon its emergence. Yet even so, it could not conceal the scorpion soul's frailty, its form trembling beneath that supreme aura, as though a single breath of wind could shatter it. The green-robed elder's body shook violently as he kowtowed again and again before the soul phantom. This old servant greets Lord Green Demon. Lord, I have prepared the perfect vessel for you to seize. This body holds neither mind nor essence spirit, so nothing will obstruct your descent. His hoarse voice now rang with unrestrained excitement. He knew well that after being suppressed, the green fiend scorpion was severely weakened. With only a split soul manifesting, any mistake would be disastrous. That was why he had tested again and again. If even a trace of essence spirit remained within the vessel, the possession would fail, and the green fiend scorpion might suffer another grievous blow. As his words echoed, the enormous phantom of the green fiend scorpion shifted, Its massive eyes turned sharply toward the green demon furnace below, gaze piercing it with ease to fix directly upon Wang Lin inside. Its sight swept over Wang Lin's body 9 times, probing deeply within, yet it detected nothing of the heaven-defying pearl nor the essence spirit hidden within. After a long pause, the colossal soul withdrew its gaze. Lord Green Demon, this vessel has been fully reforged. It meets your requirements. There is no trace of essence spirit within. The green-robed elder cried out from his knees, his voice trembling with fervor. You have done well. When I am reborn, you will be rewarded, the vast scorpion soul intoned. Its body quivered, then dissolved into ghostly radiance that shot straight into the green demon furnace, piercing through it to rush toward Wang Lin. In an instant, it closed in. Yet Wang Lin's essence spirit, hidden beneath the protection of the heaven-defying pearl, remained unmoved. For 10 years, he had waited, not only for the refinement of his body, but also for a daring opportunity. The elder's extreme caution, his repeated tests, proved that the presence of an essence spirit within would spell certain failure for the possession. And if that happened, the green fiend scorpion would be unable to return to life at all. Since that was the case, he decided to gamble everything. What he had been waiting for was precisely the arrival of the green fiend scorpion. The scorpion wanted to devour him, but he, too, intended to devour the scorpion. The scorpion's soul looked powerful, yet in truth it was gravely wounded, suppressed long ago, and merely a split soul. When the green fiend scorpion soul drew near, it didn't immediately enter Wang Lin's body to seize control. Instead, it lingered outside, spreading its presence. Only after sweeping its divine sense back and forth many times did it relax, then charged in from all directions toward Wang Lin's flesh. In an instant, the green fiend scorpion soul seeped bit by bit into Wang Lin's body. Still, it didn't attempt possession right away. Once inside, it carefully observed again. Time passed. 3 days went by. Only after 3 days of watchful patience did the scorpion gradually send more fragments of its soul into Wang Lin's body, slowly spreading. From the way it acted, wary and cautious, it was clear that even the faintest sign of danger would have sent it fleeing instantly. It couldn't see Wang Lin's essence spirit, but Wang Lin could see it. He watched as the scorpion's soul spread within his body, never attempting to seize him. Its caution had reached the extreme, and that only confirmed its weakness. It had reached its limit. Wang Lin's essence spirit remained motionless. He continued to wait. If he struck now, the scorpion could easily retreat, since it hadn't begun possession. But once it attempted to seize him, it would no longer be able to escape so easily. That would be the best moment. Cold light flashed in Wang Lin's eyes. He didn't know how his cultivation would change after devouring the scorpion's soul, but deep within he felt certain. This would be a tremendous fortune. He had the patience. He used his own body as bait, waiting for the chance to claim this stroke of destiny. Outside the green demon furnace, the green-robed elder was trembling with excitement. He was waiting for the moment the green fiend scorpion completed its possession and was resurrected. If he could witness that scene, he would die smiling. 7 days later, the green fiend scorpion soul seemed to lose patience. Its vast shadow poured in, occupying nearly 70% of Wang Lin's body. Finally, it seemed reassured and began its possession. The shadows of its soul surged madly inside Wang Lin, boiling as they rushed toward his sea of consciousness. In that instant, when it entered his mind, it detected no trace of an essence spirit and grew elated. After waiting so many years, it had finally found the perfect vessel. At last, possession was possible. Cultivators of the immortal firmament continent couldn't be possessed even without an essence spirit, because they were born here. Only bodies like Wang Lin's, outsiders from beyond this world, could serve as vessels. Now it held nothing back. More and more of its soul shadow fused into him, until within Wang Lin's sea of consciousness, the silhouette of a scorpion slowly began to take form. Once fully condensed, the possession would be complete. But just as the phantom reached half formation, Wang Lin's essence spirit, hidden within the heaven-defying pearl, suddenly erupted. Exploding outward in a flash, it surged from the pearl, racing directly toward the spot where the scorpion's shadow was forming. In that instant, he struck, violently devouring the condensing scorpion soul. No divine abilities, no spells, just raw, unbridled devouring. The scorpion soul screamed. It had never imagined this body still concealed an essence spirit. Caught off guard, it was stunned. Though weakened, it flared with ferocity, fighting back with sudden savagery. Within Wang Lin's body, its soul clashed with his essence spirit in a frenzied struggle of mutual consumption. But Wang Lin had been preparing for more than 100 years. The scorpion soul, unprepared and feeble, couldn't match his ferocity. He gave everything, devouring without restraint. Time passed in a blur. After the time it takes for one stick of incense to burn, their battle had become perilous in the extreme. The scorpion soul shrieked again and again. It was already weak, only a split soul, and against Wang Lin's century of preparation and madness, it began to falter. The terrifying struggle raging inside Wang Lin's body was invisible to outsiders. The green-robed elder, however, was staring at the green demon furnace with excitement. He watched the green fiend scorpion, its soul shadow already thrust halfway inside, trembling violently. The elder froze. What is this? He couldn't imagine why Lord Green Demon's possession would cause such trembling. It seemed ominous. But soon, he convinced himself otherwise. Surely the Lord is dissatisfied with this body's refinement and is reshaping it during the possession. The more he thought about it, the more sense it made. A smile crept across his face. To be remade personally by Lord Green Demon only proved the body's immense worth. He smiled serenely, watching the violently trembling scorpion soul atop the green demon furnace, his grin growing wider. Within Wang Lin's body, in utter silence, he and the scorpion soul had already devoured each other tens of thousands of times. He grew ever more frenzied. After more than 100 years of preparation and waiting, fortune had finally descended. How could he possibly let this scorpion soul, intent on seizing his body, escape? Wang Lin's madness struck deep terror into the scorpion soul. Already weakened, the endless devouring made it waver. This strand of split soul had taken countless years to form. It was precious beyond compare. If it dissipated now, there would never again be a chance to awaken. Hatred welled up in its heart toward the sacrificial clan. In its eyes, all of this was because of that clan's high priest. As the thought of retreat surged, the scorpion soul let out a silent scream and backed away desperately. But Wang Lin pursued relentlessly, swallowing again and again, each bite sending the scorpion soul into greater panic. It shrank back rapidly, finally pulling itself from Wang Lin's head. Just as it was about to burst free from his body, Wang Lin devoured a huge portion of it again. With a shrill, wretched scream, it shot out from Wang Lin's crown of the head. Its massive body had already shrunk, and upon emerging, it fled in panic straight toward the heavens. This scene fell into the eyes of the green-robed elder, leaving him utterly dazed, his gaze blank. With the scorpion soul's departure, Wang Lin's essence spirit instantly spread through his entire body. Sitting cross-legged inside the green demon furnace, his eyes, shut for over 100 years, suddenly snapped open. At that instant, heaven and earth roared. The green demon furnace around him exploded into countless fragments. Wang Lin leapt to his feet. "Flame Avatar," he growled. His left eye blazed like a sea of fire, and behind him appeared a blazing form identical to himself, his Flame Avatar. "Thunder Avatar." As his words fell, lightning roared in his right eye. The Thunder Origin Avatar, once condensed with full force by the patriarch of the Tao Demon sect, merged with Wang Lin's will and took shape behind him. "Earth Avatar." Wang Lin's shout shook the sky. From all 108,000 pores of his body burst dazzling yellow light, instantly condensing into a third primordial origin avatar behind him. Water Origin Avatar. This avatar had long been fused into his blood. As his words resounded, the veins beneath his skin bulged, glowing with crimson light. A phantom appeared at his side, then solidified into Wang Lin's fourth primordial origin avatar. With all four avatars manifest, Wang Lin's aura shook heaven and earth. His cultivation remained as before, but with just a single calm thought, his strength could soar explosively. Yet this was no time for calm. The instant the four avatars appeared, golden light erupted from Wang Lin's eyes, carrying a power that could suppress all creation. His gaze locked fiercely on the fleeing scorpion soul. The scorpion soul shrieked. Within that gaze, it sensed the very might of the immortal progenitor's immortal extreme sword. Its shadow shuddered violently under that glance. Time was short. Without hesitation, Wang Lin lifted his right hand. Agonizing pain tore through him as a bone blade, saturated with boundless Yin energy, thrust out from his palm, transforming into the 9-chi Yin Blade. As he raised it, all 4 of his avatars mirrored him. Each right palm also birthed a 9-chi Yin Blade. Together with Wang Lin, they slashed down toward the scorpion soul. The green-robed elder stared blankly at the scene. A mouthful of blood burst from him, his eyes bulging in fury, and he died on the spot, driven to death by his own rage. His dwindling lifespan could not withstand the shock. Racked by fury, his heart gave way, and his final breath left him with one last spray of blood. He had given Wang Lin an indestructible body. He had granted him eyes that could suppress heaven and earth. He had given him spiritual veins woven from the immortal progenitor's hair. He had bestowed upon him the eternal Yin Blade, and even gifted him Earth origin, helping Wang Lin condense 2 avatars. Everything. He had given it all. With eyes wide in endless hatred, the green-robed elder died, his resentment flooding out like a tide, lingering even after death, as though he might become a vengeful ghost. But Wang Lin had no time to spare on him. Leaping forward, bone blade in hand, he slashed down. Behind him, the 4 avatars mirrored the strike, their Yin blades howling in unison, cleaving fiercely toward the shrieking, fleeing green demon scorpion soul. Within that scorpion soul too burned a hatred beyond words. It loathed the green-robed elder. If not for him, how could it have ended in such misery? Yet with the elder dead, that hatred had nowhere to go. In the midst of crisis, it transformed into a wild, impotent rage, as the green demon scorpion soul fled with desperate speed. From afar, the sight was astonishing. The collapse of the green demon furnace had not ceased. Its fragments rolled back, forming a raging storm that swept in all directions. The green demon scorpion soul shrieked as it soared into the air, desperately fleeing. Behind it, Wang Lin's white hair billowed, his eyes brimming with the majesty of heaven and earth. With a single step, the Yin Blade rose in his hand. Carrying the aura of annihilation, his strike merged with the power of the 4 primordial origin avatars at his back, 5 blades slashing as one. At that very moment, ripples spread through the air. 3 streaks of rainbow light whistled in from afar. Yet as soon as their figures emerged, the 3 newcomers trembled, their eyes wide with disbelief at what they saw. They were none other than the 3 holders of the heavenly ox soul armor of the heavenly bull continent, besides Wang Lin himself, Unifying, Tang Jia, and the elder Bian Yun. The 3 had not set foot here for over 100 years. For reasons unknown, they had come to the Green Demon Scorpion Temple this very day. Their journey had been arduous, but once inside, the path was strangely unobstructed. Without hindrance, they reached the deepest chamber of the Scorpion Temple, only to witness this soul-shaking strike. Wang Lin, he's actually here. Unifying and Tang Jia both froze in shock. Wasn't he dead? Bian Yun's pupils contracted, his face filled with disbelief. The blade swept down. A flash of light cleaved through the air. The scorpion soul's scream reached a piercing pitch as its form trembled violently. It sought to resist, but what it faced was not just Wang Lin's blade. 5 heaven-rending strikes descended together. The first blade howled, twisting the scorpion soul's form. As it tried to dodge, the second blade fell. The third came crashing from above. Unable to evade, the soul spun, spewing a surge of green mist. In that instant, the 4th and 5th blades cut down with world-shattering force. A thunderous boom shook the heavens and earth. The scorpion soul's wail tore through the air as its body was cleaved apart, split into 6 fragments. Wang Lin devoured 4 of them in a single gulp. They turned into streams of soul energy that rushed into his 7 orifices. Clouds and mist swirled around him, making him appear like an immortal descendant. The 2 remaining fragments fled, trailing screams, vanishing into the depths of the scorpion structure, their whereabouts unknown. Silence gradually fell over the temple. Only the heavy breathing of Unifying, Tangjia, and Bian Yun echoed clearly in the oppressive stillness. Suspended in midair, Wang Lin's aura of soul mist quickly condensed, shrinking into 7 thick streams that sank into his 7 orifices and disappeared. Calm and unshaken, he still held the Yin Blade in his right hand. Behind him, for cold, imposing primordial origin avatars loomed. His gaze swept across the 3 intruders. Leave. Just one word. Yet as it left his lips, a terrifying pressure erupted from his body. His eyes, in that single glance, fell on Unifying. Yun's heart jolted as if stripped bare, every secret laid open. It was as though the weight of heaven and earth bore down upon him, leaving him utterly exposed. Fortunately, the feeling vanished as quickly as it came. Had it lingered, he might not have been able to utter a single word without trembling. Tangjia felt it too. Her face turned pale as she stared blankly at Wang Lin, unable to reconcile the man before her with the figure she had last seen over a century ago. His gaze alone now radiated a sharpness capable of ripping apart heaven and earth, a force that suppressed everything it touched until it shattered. For Bian Yun, the sensation was even more overwhelming. He had once fought Wang Lin, and now Wang Lin showed him no mercy. With just one glance, Bian Yun's body shuddered violently, his mind thundering as though struck by lightning. Instinctively, he stumbled back 3 steps, his face draining of color, sweat pouring down his brow. His ears rang as if the world itself had abandoned him, leaving him crushed beneath the vast sky. Worse yet, he could faintly sense that this suppressive sky was none other than Wang Lin's gaze itself. Within that gaze, a sword seemed to stir, though not yet fully revealed. If it were to emerge completely, he would be torn apart, shattered into countless fragments by that gaze alone. The oppressive feeling was so intense it nearly drove him mad. At the very brink of collapse, Wang Lin's single command, leave, rang in his ears like a heavenly law. Bian Yun retreated wildly, fleeing thousands of feet before he could breathe again. His entire body was drenched, his robes soaked and chilling against his skin. Unifying and Tangjia also withdrew, though their retreat was far less frantic. They had not been directly suppressed by Wang Lin's gaze, only shaken in spirit. Yet even so, Unifying's heart filled with bitterness. He had never imagined that after more than 100 years, his reunion with Wang Lin would be here, under such circumstances, in this fearsome scene. The 3 of them silently retreated, slowly backing away. Yet they did not leave the Scorpion Temple. Far off in the distance from Wang Lin, they finally halted. Their task was still unfinished. The Scorpion Temple had not yet been completely destroyed, but Wang Lin's presence alone kept them from making any rash moves. Tangjia stared ahead, her eyes still filled with disbelief. She remained silent, her mind in turmoil. Setting them aside for the moment, Wang Lin stood suspended in midair. His gaze finally fell upon the lifeless green-robed elder. Staring at the corpse, Wang Lin's expression stayed calm. This man had indeed helped him greatly, yet everything he had done was ultimately to drive Wang Lin into a dead end. A man like this, no matter how much fortune he had once provided, Wang Lin could never feel the slightest gratitude. Just as he was about to withdraw his gaze, he suddenly let out a soft murmur and looked again more carefully. Under his watchful eyes, faint wisps of black mist began to rise from the elder's corpse. The vapors gathered above his head, condensing into a palm-sized cloud of darkness. Within that black fog surged boundless hatred, carrying a chill so deep it turned the air frigid. This is, Wang Lin's heart stirred. His divine sense spread forth, touching the black cloud. The instant he brushed against it, a hoarse, crazed, vengeful scream erupted inside his mind, echoing wildly. I hate so much. The voice was so shrill, so venomous, that even Wang Lin's spirit trembled. His eyes suddenly flared with light. A ghost soul. After this man's death, such a powerful ghost soul emerged. The quality of this soul far surpassed the one he had gained on the extreme heaven grasslands after killing a void tribulation cultivator. This was a peak high-grade soul, infinitely close to a supreme grade. Without hesitation, Wang Lin flicked his sleeve. At once, the ghost soul of the green-robed elder turned into a mass of fog and shot toward him, vanishing into his possession. With this soul, Together with the ghost soul he had obtained on the extreme heaven grasslands, he now had the confidence to refine a ghost sail nearly equal to a supreme-grade treasure. With such a ghost sail, paired with the auxiliary flag of the Great Soul Sect's protective formation in his hands, he could unleash illusions almost at the supreme level. The green-robed elder had not only given Wang Lin many fortunes in life, but in death, he had given Wang Lin even himself. After collecting the ghost soul, Wang Lin's expression grew slightly strange. Toward the green-robed elder, there lingered a hint of complexity. He looked down at the body beneath the robe, sighed deeply, and with a sweep of his sleeve, the corpse turned to ash and scattered away. Only the green robe itself remained motionless on the ground. Wang Lin picked it up. His divine sense probed the cloth, only to find that it was strangely impervious. His perception could not penetrate, nor glimpse its inner secrets. After a brief pause, he stored away this last remnant, the sole belonging left behind. In this way, the green-robed elder could be said to have completely, utterly given himself over to Wang Lin. Wang Lin's eyes flickered. He could already feel the faint signs of his cultivation rising. Drawing a long, deep breath, his gaze brightened with suppressed excitement. This fortune in cultivation, let me see to what height it can carry me. My foundation has been too weak until now. This time, I must climb to the summit of the immortal firmament continent. And that Tao demon sect. I once swore an oath I have not forgotten in over 100 years. Murderous intent surfaced in his expression. Closing his eyes, he could almost see the severed heads of familiar faces drifting around him. Each one belonged to someone from the extreme heaven grasslands he once knew. He had already reached the peak ethereal stage before, with mastery of 8 origin sources, one of which had even become his primordial true body. Now, his cultivation had transformed beyond recognition. Not only did he possess 3 additional primordial origin avatars, but he had also gained the 9th origin. This 9th origin was crucial, the key to his next breakthrough. Now he commanded 9 origins: life and death, cause and effect, truth and falsehood, seal, slaughter, thunder, fire, water, and earth. Break into the profound void realm. Wang Lin's eyes shone brilliantly. Sitting cross-legged, he inhaled sharply. From the 4 primordial avatars surrounding him, streams of origin chi flowed back into his body. Inside him, the 9 origins spun with rapid speed, whirling faster and faster, striking toward the barrier of the profound void stage. The difference between the ethereal stage and the profound void stage lay in just a single character, yet the gulf was vast. Cultivators of the profound void grasped the principles of heaven and earth itself, and one could only step into this stage by mastering at least one virtual origin. Once one reached profound void, it meant joining the ranks of true powerhouses. Even across the immortal firmament continent, beyond the 9 sects and 13 clans, a profound void cultivator had the strength to stand tall. Most importantly, attaining profound void granted access to wondrous divine abilities. While they might not hold great use for Wang Lin personally, breaking through still meant his cultivation would take a decisive leap forward. Within his body, the 9 origin sources roared to life, revolving ceaselessly. As they spun, Wang Lin's cross-legged figure erupted with an aura at the peak ethereal stage. That aura surged with terrifying speed, and in an instant, a phantom image of heaven and earth appeared above him. It was a swirling mist, coiling like a vortex, revolving at the same speed as the 9 origin sources within him. Amidst this frenzied rotation, Wang Lin's essence spirit seemed to transform, radiating a blinding light. Though the brilliance shone within his body, it pierced through his skin and revealed itself outward. At this moment, Wang Lin's form appeared almost transparent, exuding an indescribable majesty. With a thunderous roar from within, his cultivation broke through the peak ethereal stage and soared directly into the early profound void stage. The instant he stepped into profound void, the world itself shifted in his perception. Places that had once been blurred became crystal clear. He opened his eyes, wisdom flashing within. Profound void is only a transition. My goal is the void cataclysm, Wang Lin murmured. Just as he said, profound void was only a stage along the way. what he had gained, especially the heaven and earth power accumulated for years within the green demon furnace, would, once absorbed by his essence spirit, propel his cultivation even further. Most importantly, Wang Lin possessed 9 origin sources. What he sought now was their unification. If he could achieve this, he could face 9 profound tribulations. Once he overcame them, he would become a void tribulation supreme. Resoluteness filled his gaze. He had awaited this opportunity far too long to let it slip by. Without hesitation, he inhaled deeply, formed hand seals, and thrust a finger forward. 9 origins, unification art. At his command, 3 avatars surged forth: the fire primordial true body, the earth avatar, and the water origin avatar. Each shuddered, releasing vast streams of origin source energy from their crowns. Before Wang Lin, the 3 origin sources spiraled together. Fire raged, earth gleamed, and waves of water rippled outward. These 3 belong to the 5 elements origin. If I can merge them, it will be my key to advancing into the mid-profound void stage. And since each has reached the level of primordial origin avatar, once unified, their might will be far greater. With strange brilliance in his eyes, Wang Lin tightened his seals. The 3 origin sources swirled once more, flames blazing, water surging, the earth trembling. They clashed violently, thunder echoing through the heavens, but rather than fusing, they scattered apart. Wang Lin's eyes flashed coldly. He bit his tongue, spitting a mouthful of blood to serve as a binding force, then once again drove the 3 origin sources toward unification. Water and fire are natural opposites. But with earth as the medium, earth can bury water, and earth can smother fire. Add to that a drop of my pure essence spirit blood, imbued with my will, and I refuse to believe these 3 will not merge. With a low growl, his hands moved swiftly, sending seal after seal crashing forward. The 3 vortices roared. Within them, illusory scenes flickered, towering floods, seas of fire, and endless shifting sandstorms that swallowed both. As time passed, the visions within the vortices quickened. Months later, after Wang Lin had spat 7 mouthfuls of blood, the 3 vortices finally showed signs of condensation. Revitalized, Wang Lin drove them to collide hundreds, thousands of times. 7 days more, and with a deafening boom, the 3 origin sources suddenly fused. Within the merging visions, Earth stood at the center, above it a burning sea of fire, beneath it a raging flood. In that complete tableau, the 3 primordial avatars trembled, and then, as their origin source auras blended, they condensed into a single body. This was the fusion of 3 primordial avatars. The new form carried the power of thunder, fire, and earth. No longer merely an avatar, it was something more, akin to a 5 elements avatar born of heaven and earth itself. The instant the body formed from the fusion of the 3 origins appeared, Wang Lin's essence spirit roared to life, madly drawing in the vast world energy accumulated within him. His aura, already at the early profound void stage, suddenly surged skyward. It climbed at a frantic pace toward the mid-profound void stage. After a month of this process, Wang Lin let out a long howl, and with that cry his cultivation was no longer at the early profound void stage. It had reached the mid-profound void stage. Since ancient times, no one had ever advanced from early profound void to mid-profound void in just a few short months. If word of this spread, Wang Lin would surely become the center of attention across the world. But to him, this was only the beginning, far from the end. Slaughter origin and seal origin, both are types of special origins. These are notoriously difficult to merge. Yet if I use thunder origin as the medium, weaving it into threads to bind them together temporarily, I can force another breakthrough, straight into the late profound void stage. What's more, thunder origin already has its own true body, its strength surpassing both these special origins. With that, it should be possible. Wang Lin muttered, his eyes flashing. In the depths of his pupils, countless blood-colored threads shimmered into view, transforming into the seal origin before condensing before him. At the same time, an overwhelming wave of slaughter erupted from his body. The surrounding air grew bitterly cold as the slaughter origin howled forth. The 2 special origins spun before him. Wang Lin lifted his right hand, and pointed toward the Thunder avatar, sitting cross-legged nearby. The avatar's eyes snapped open, lightning flooding within them. Its body blurred, transforming into a slender bolt of lightning that streaked toward the Slaughter origin and Seal origin. It wove ceaselessly between them like silken threads, attempting to bind the two together in rapid fusion. This fusion was far more arduous than merging the 5 elements' origins. After a month of repeated attempts, success remained out of reach. The Slaughter origin was too domineering, while the Seal origin clashed violently with Thunder itself, making true union nearly impossible. Blood threads filled Wang Lin's eyes as he stared at the 3 origins before him, brows furrowed. Fusion depended on seizing the right opportunity. Catch it, and success came swiftly. Miss it, and no amount of effort would change the result. It's a pity I only possess 2 special origins. If I had a third, perhaps it would be easier. But I can't wait any longer. If they cannot merge with each other, then I'll change my approach. All of them condense into the Thunder origin true body. His gaze sharpened. He shifted strategy, no longer treating Thunder origin as a helper but as the core, to absorb and fuse the 2 special origins into itself. Forming seals with both hands, Wang Lin spat out several mouthfuls of essence spirit blood, shrouding the Thunder avatar. The avatar drank in the blood infused with his will, and thunder boomed across its body. With arms outstretched, it became 2 bolts of lightning that shot straight toward the Slaughter origin and the Seal origin. With Thunder as the vessel, fuse Slaughter. With Thunder as the vessel, fuse Seal. If he succeeded, this Thunder origin true body would soar to new heights, carrying the power of 3 origins. Even Thunder itself would be transformed. Yet such a thing was virtually unheard of through the ages. What changes it might bring, Wang Lin could not predict. But now he had no choice but to attempt it. Time slipped by, several months more. Then, one day, the Thunder origin true body before him erupted with a world-shaking might. It had succeeded, fusing both Slaughter and Seal into its body. Amid thunderous booms, the Thunder avatar underwent a startling transformation that left Wang Lin momentarily stunned.